Hey, it's Amy K. Welcome back to Simba Design, and I have a super special build today. It's a little retro-y kind of build. It's a Polly Pocket house, or as best as I could do it. This was actually a request from a viewer. I don't remember their channel name off the top of my head, but they requested this on my 5x5 video, and I thought it was a great idea. I don't think anybody else has done this, and I just think it's super cool. They attached some pictures of like what they wanted, or like kind of some ideas that they thought would be good, which were mostly like those Polly Pocket houses where they look like an actual house. If you don't know what Polly Pockets are, they're basically just like tiny little plastic dolls, or like maybe an inch high, maybe a little bit bigger or smaller, that you can just only bend at the waist, and then they would like snap into these little doll houses that were just like perfectly sized for them, and all of them were like themed differently. There was like a nursery one, and they were all different shapes and sizes and stuff too, but the one I immediately thought of when they suggested doing this build was this orange and pink one I had way back, like when I was younger, and I attached some inspiration images that I used at the very end, right before the floor plan shots. And the third one that shows up, because there's three, the last one that shows up is the one that I had and the one that really inspired this. But I took most of the color choices and layouts from that one, plus a couple others, which you'll see all three of them at the end of this video. But with Polly Pocket, at least the Polly Pocket houses that I mean, I had a ton of Polly Pockets when I was younger. Like, I'm pretty sure I had more Polly Pockets than Barbies. Like, I was obsessed with Polly Pockets. My sisters and I were all obsessed with Polly Pockets. But the one that the viewer suggested was like shaped like a house when it was closed, and then when you opened it up, like the roof kind of went down, and their like first floor was in the roof area, and then the first floor was like on the base of the Polly Pocket, and you could have the Polly Pocket like go up and down the stairs. And I really think I probably did a very horrible job of explaining what Polly Pockets are, but that's just a general idea of them, and you'll really get to see what they look like and stuff at the end. I probably should have attached the suggestions that the viewer gave me, but I don't know if I downloaded those. But anyways, most of the time Polly Pockets, at least the ones I took inspiration from, they have like a solid pastel color on the outside, and you'll see it took me forever to figure out the color scheme I wanted for the outside. I've changed it like 5 or 6 different times. And then on the inside, the walls that divide each room and the inside plastic of the Polly Pocket house are all the same pastel color, along with the floor. And then it's just like the back wall of it is different colors, and they're usually fun, different prints and patterns. So that's good. Excuse me. I always do that. I said that last video, but they're always like a fun, different print or pattern. So I tried to do something different and fun for each room, and something that symbolized each room as well. And a lot of the furniture, like the bed for the master bedroom and the bed or the chair and couch that I used for the living area, are all new furniture that came in a base game update. So if you have the base game and you haven't updated your game, you totally should, because they came out with like a new bed, a new couch, and a new chair, and I think that's it. There was a potted plant from City Living, I think I saw in there, that I had never seen before. You'll kind of see me pull it out later in the video. But yeah, I don't know if that came with the update, which would be weird and random, but I had never seen it before. And I know there was a video that James Turner, the Sim Supply, was doing, where he said he'd never seen that tree as well. So maybe it's new with the new update, who knows? But I didn't check into it. So that's pretty much this house explained, I guess. So I know in last week's video I talked about going, and I promise I won't talk about working at H&M in this video, because I've talked about that in like the last million videos. So today I wanted to give a little breakdown of my time working as a PA, because I know I mentioned I was doing that last week and I absolutely loved it. I didn't really get to do much. I helped set up like a printer, and then I like checked receipts against statements, I guess. I forget what they're called. I should know, but I really actually enjoyed doing that, because that's kind of a little bit of what I want to get into production wise. I want to be a producer on digital media projects, which are like YouTube videos and stuff for like big channels. So it was actually a really good experience for me to learn how to do that, or actually like get my foot in the door doing that. So that's pretty much all I did, and I was there for like maybe 5 hours, and I spent probably like a couple of those doing nothing, because that's I guess the guy that I PA'd with that day said that that's kind of what happens a lot there, is you get a lot of downtime in between different things depending on what you're doing. So I was just an office PA that day, so we had a lot of downtime. But if I was a set PA or something like that, like on location, I would be doing stuff nonstop, which I really would love to be able to do that soon. They said that they said that going in, it would take a while for me to kind of build up my momentum and get jobs there, but just to keep talking with them and letting them know my availability and things like that, and I would definitely be getting more and more as I go on. So hopefully that kind of picks up soon. I would really love that. And I exchanged information with the guy I PA'd with that day, and the next day he texted me saying that his friend was looking for people to PA on his production, but I emailed the guy and never got a response. I followed up, never got a response. So I guess they didn't need production assistants that bad after all. So fun times with that. But oh wow, there's still a lot of video left. I thought that would take up a lot more time, but what else can I talk about? I'm really tired, actually. It's 11 a.m. on Thursday, and I pretty much just woke up like maybe an hour ago. I worked until like 10:30 last night. I didn't get home until after 11 because it takes me forever to get home. Well, it doesn't take me forever to get home. I stopped at In-N-Out, and the In-N-Out drive-through is like 20 minutes long usually. So yeah, I didn't get home until late, but I'm really tired. I guess I could talk more about this house because I didn't really get into a whole lot of detail. Well, I did kind of, but as you can see, everything, if you don't know Polly Pockets, like I said earlier, everything in like the Polly Pockets that I took inspiration from, everything is kind of just flush up against the wall. You don't really have like two chairs facing each other. So like in the dining room, it's just, I could have put two chairs, and if you saw earlier, I probably did put two chairs on the, like facing the wall on the dining room table. But in most Polly Pockets, they usually would just have the two chairs kind of merged up to the wall, and the Polly Pockets can only sit in there, like that kind of thing. So yeah, that's why everything is kind of shaped weird or kind of pushed up against the wall like that. But I think it's kind of a cool, interesting look, and I really like how this turned out. There are some things that oh wow, I'm losing my voice. That hasn't happened in a video in a while, but I think it's just because I'm so tired. But anyways, there are a couple things that I wish I could change about this, but it's only because we don't really have the ability to do this in the Sims, because we don't have the items to do it, I guess, is the hinge that closes. You'll see me do it towards the end of the actual sped up video portion of this, but I couldn't really do a hinge, so I took 2 of those little glass ball candles and scaled them up and used those as the main hinge area, and then I scaled up the divider or not the divider, the wall thing from Get to Work that goes in the hospital to use as the hinge-ish thing, I guess. I don't know how to really explain that whole thing. But I used shelves as the little clasp that closes the kind of whole thing, I guess. And I think they turned out pretty well, because that's kind of that shelf at the top. If I could have rotated it to flip it over, which it would be really nice if you could rotate things on an axis. I don't know if you ever watched James's other channel, Flabaliki. He does planet coaster builds on there, and you can rotate pretty much anything on X, Y, and Z axis, so you can just rotate it however you want, and it would be really nice if we could do that in The Sims. So I could have rotated that upside down, completely 180 from the way it looks now. But here I am trying to put the hinge on, and probably failing miserably because I don't really like the way it looks in the end, but it's probably the best I could have gotten. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end this here. There's screenshots and inspiration. Oh, I thought I could have used that pipe poking up through, but it just wouldn't have fit very well. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Here's the inspiration videos, and that's pretty much the end of it. Here shots. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, because I post new videos every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And if you haven't check out my other channel, because I posted a new movie review the exact same time this goes up. So the link for that is always in the description. I talk about the new Kingsman movie, Kingsman Golden Circle. I reviewed that, and I will be reviewing a bunch of other fun movies coming up. I have a whole Halloween theme of videos, or Halloween horror themed videos coming up for the month of October. So check out that, and I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.